The American public is still so brainwashed that when a doctor tells you you need sodium, firstly you believe it, but that's already a mistake. Much worse mistake. The doctor tells you, oh, well, you know, you don't look real healthy. What you need more protein. When you hear you need more protein, what are you thinking of? Meat, fish, cheese, chicken, eggs, right? Mistake, wrong, totally wrong. I don't eat those things. Sometimes our patients in Mexico, when they were starting to recover from terminal cancer, they say, well, where am I getting my proteins? I've heard that question so often. I got tired of it. And when I get tired, I get nasty. I ask them back, instead of giving them a nice, straightforward answer, I ask them back, can you think of the biggest, strongest land animal that's living here on this earth with us? The biggest and strongest ones? Would you agree elephants? Or maybe beef, big cows, and some of those animals, aren't they big and strong? Yes. So where are they getting their protein? Where does the cow get it? It gives birth to a great big baby and gives milk for the baby. Milk? It's fine for the baby. It's not fine for people. Okay, so where does the cow get the protein? Grass? You told me, you know, I tell them. You told me. But you're right. And the elephants, what do they eat? They eat roots and grains, and they eat, well, grains less. They eat leaves, and they eat cabbages or whatever. They eat every kind of vegetable. And they're great, big, strong animals. They're pregnant 2 years. And they give live babies, great big ones, that are ready to walk. On vegetarian food. Okay, all right. This is what's really happening. The human body is not designed for meat eating. The human body, our teeth, are not the teeth of meat-chewing animals. Our teeth are the teeth of vegetarian animals. We are grinding teeth. Our esophagus has starting digestion. Our stomach has nowhere near enough stomach acid to digest meat and animal proteins. It has the stomach acid of the vegetarian animals. Our intestinal tract has a very long intestinal tract. It may interest you that a male, a good-sized male, probably has about 25 to 27 feet of small intestine winding round and round. Plus the large intestine, ascending colon, transverse colon, descending colon, the sigmoid colon, another 4 or 5 feet of colon. Well, that's not the colon of the meat-eating animals. They have a short colon because meat putrefies in the digestive tract. In our long digestive tract, meat, first of all, we kill it wrong. Secondly, we cook it. Thirdly, we salt it and we deep fry it. We do all kinds of terrible things to it. And it rots in our long intestinal tract. Then we are surprised that meat isn't healthy. It can't be. We are not made for meat eating. Tomorrow I'm going to tell you a little more about that because the pancreas is involved too. Our whole body is involved. And we are unable to properly digest meat and fish and cheese and chicken and eggs and animal proteins. Can't be done. There is something very interesting. There's a beautiful book being written by a professor. He was a professor of nutrition at Cornell University for a number of years, and he was, I believe, I heard him here. His name is T. Colin Campbell. Professor Campbell was born on a milk farm. And of course, all he heard from his parents and from all the people around, milk is the best food, it's the whole food. Then tell me, if that were so, why is it that animals who give birth to live young, vertebrate animals, and to nurse their young, only nurse them up to a certain point? There comes a point, and if you have watched it, if you have dogs or cats that are pets, if you've watched it, there comes a point when the mother pushes the baby away and no longer allows the baby to nurse because she knows the baby's body is no longer able to digest milk properly. What do our mothers do? Our bodies also, our babies also don't digest it properly after a certain number of months, and it's usually close to 2 years. They can no longer correctly digest milk and should not be given milk. So the mothers make them, because the milk processing people and the milk who want to sell you and the children milk and so on, they push milk. Milk is the best, milk is the best, milk, you need milk, and everybody needs milk, and if you have osteoporosis, you need milk. Osteoporosis is created from milk. Milk is too high in protein for adults. It causes acidity, and the body is not able to survive in an acid medium. The body has to be neutralized and has to go down to alkalinity. Now you may know that the pH at 7 is neutral, and anything below 7 is acid, anything above 7 is alkaline. Normal blood, human blood, should be at 7.35 or 6. If it goes below 7, you're acid. It happens that cancer survives beautifully in an acid medium and doesn't like alkalinity. You're feeding cancer. Don't do that. Whether you eat meat or whether you eat the cheese or drink milk or make your kids drink milk, it's wrong. It isn't right. You don't get the best food from milk. I don't drink milk. If I take maybe a tablespoonful of non-fat, organic, unflavored yogurt a day, maybe 1 tablespoon a day. That's about all the animal protein I get. Am I looking weak? Am I tired? I'm not sick. I have no arthritis. I have no lupus. I have no diabetes. I have no cancer. I have no fibromyalgia, and so on and so forth. I don't even have a doctor. Okay. Okay. All right. So there's the right way and the wrong way. And once people understand that the right way for the human body is vegetarian and organic and salt-free, and that's the same for cancer treatment. What do you think we do for cancer patients in Mexico? We feed them organic, vegetarian, salt-free, and we detox them. Of course, they're so toxic by now. Now, how do you get toxic? First of all, you eat salt, And salt is damaging, it's very seriously damaging. It changes the body biochemistry, and it also causes acidity, and it feeds cancer. Cancer doesn't grow well without salt. You can't do that. And we see also, very painfully, we see that a very large percentage of patients come in, men and women both, at the age of somewhere in the middle 50s, 52.3 to 57.8, something like that. That's when the body stops being able to fight. The body fights as much as it can. The body fights the toxicity from the meat eating, from the pesticides and fungicides, and from the foods that are improperly fertilized. It's very interesting. When my father was just a little boy, he was 7 or 8 years old, he loved to play in his grandmother's garden. She used to plant flowers and grains, and she planted fruit and vegetables. And then one day she heard about artificial fertilizers. Hey, she thought, that sounds good. I don't have to worry about smelly stuff and spreading it just right and clean. And she started to try it. She separated a piece of her garden, just a little piece, and she tried this artificial fertilizer, which came out, if my father was 7 years old, it was in 1888 or 9. And my father would come and play in the garden and watch the plants and watch the flowers, and then he saw the bed that was fertilized there with the artificial fertilizer. And to his tremendous surprise and amazement, he could see the worms, the earthworms, wandering from that plot of land across a path to the plot of land that was properly fertilized with natural fertilizer. He never forgot that. Nature does it right.